Hey everyone, Julian here, and today I'm going to be telling you something you need to hear that honestly might be more important for you than watching a tutorial or learning any production knowledge. Before this video starts, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. You can check out all my sample packs at the top of the description to take your tracks to the next level. These sounds are the best on the market. I put a ton of time in, and they will help you get where you're trying to get. You can also check out my ghost production, track finishing, and lessons. Those are available there. It's a great way, an affordable way to help your career get to the next level and get where you're trying to get in this new year. Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about why blowing up too fast is actually bad for your career and why you really want to focus more on like a steady, patient incline. So a lot of times when people blow up too fast, you know, they have that big moment, maybe that one track that really hits, and then everybody knows them all of a sudden. You don't really build a foundation to stand on. Like what happens is you have all these people flooding over to your music and discovering you, but you don't really have that like steady kind of bridge to walk over, right? It's kind of like, do you want your house to be built out of twigs or do you want your house to be built out of bricks, right? Bricks being like, if you take a few years and really, you know, get people knowing about you, get those core fans, get the people that are going to stick around no matter what. And then building a house on twigs is like trying to get 1 million followers in a week. And none of those people are really there for you, because the truth is like, they just haven't been there that long to really, you know, enjoy what you do and really know you, right? And those kind of fans are important as well. You definitely do at some point, you know, want to have that moment or something. But really, you need to focus more on building that foundation for a few years. And I don't see people talk about this enough, right? There's too many guides out there that are talking about, oh, you know, how to blow up overnight, how to get super famous in 6 months or whatever. And it's like, yeah, dude, you're going to do that, and then what's going to happen is the same thing that happened to all the other people with that, is the people that are there for you like that aren't really there to stick around. They're there because this is the thing that's happening right now. And what happens is you get the few people at the start that are like, wow, this is really cool. Let me show this to my friends. Let me do all this. And it starts to blow up. And then they see you blow up, and they go, oh, well, this person's already got, you know, all this happening for them over here. I don't really need to check them out or support them anymore. And you lose those core fans. So you really need a few years to generate those fans that are going to stick around. And it takes being patient, and it takes understanding the game as well. You know, I think if you study the game a bit and you really just like look at what people have done and look at the people that have blown up overnight and look at what happens to them, right? Like in every case, it's the same thing. And I think we don't really talk about this enough in this community, man. Like people just want to tell you, you know, how to blow up quickly, what to do to make the tracks that are popular right this second so that everybody can find you. But it's like, you know, I would rather be in a genre that's not even the most popular thing and take a few years and really build that foundation of people that are really there rather than, you know, just do the most popular thing. Because the truth is, you know, people are pretty fickle and they change quickly. And, you know, we're in an industry, especially with dance music or just with electronic music, where it's very based on trends and it's very based on like what's happening right now. So if you just blow up, become the biggest thing for right now, you kind of become a part of one moment. Like you become this representation of, like, let's say late 2022 is what we're in right now. Let's say you just have the biggest month ever, December 2022. Like everybody discovers you, you got the most trendy thing, right? And then all of a sudden, let's say like February of the next year rolls around and someone starts coming along with something else. And then next thing you know, everybody wants that. And then you're kind of fall by the wayside. And you're just remembered as this moment in time of late 2022 rather than being a mainstay that sticks around, that's just part of this whole game. And you really have to keep this in mind, you know, because I think this is how you become a legend, you know. It's like we all talk about that. How do you do that? How do you actually not just become trendy, but actually become a legend in this and really be remembered forever? And I think really what I've realized from what I've seen, because I study this game a lot, it's just the people that stuck around. It's like the people that were willing to kind of be patient and have that slower rise and watch other people around them have big moments but then disappear shortly after. And then basically you just stick around long enough that you become a legend. You just get called a legend because it's like, oh, this guy's still here. You know, they're still getting booked. They're still like playing. They're still releasing tracks. I guess they're a legend now, you know? I think this is what I saw with like Umek, for example. You know, I think he's a really good example of this, where it's like he definitely could chase a lot of different trends and a lot of different stuff, but I've seen this guy just keep putting out good tracks, keep playing, and over time, eventually, people go, wait, he's still here? I guess he's a legend, So I really think this is important because, again, like, too many people talk about how to blow up in 6 months, how to get super known, what's the most trendy thing, and it's like, you can do that, man, but you're not really building that foundation, and again, it's the house built of bricks rather than a house built out of twigs. The other thing here is, like, you need the core fans that are going to stay through those slow times. Like, it's almost like before you blow up, you want to have some slow times. You want to have some times where it's kind of like, all right, like, we get it, you've been doing this for a minute, we've been watching you. Because what's going to happen is those people are going to stick around. There's going to be a few people that really are going to stick around through those slow times. You're going to figure it out, and you're going to blow up. And then you are going to get known, and you're going to have those people that are there just for the blow up, but you're going to have these core fans that are going to stick around. And then when the blow up blows down a little bit, these core fans are still going to be there because they're just there for you at this point. And again, like, if you just focus on trying to do it as fast as possible, it's really going to build something that can go away very quickly. And I think it's kind of like thinking like winning the lottery versus like, working for a bunch of years and stacking up money and trying to like really build a foundation for yourself. If you win the lottery, man, it's like as fast as you can get it is as fast as you can lose it as well. It's like, what goes up must come down. And as high as something can go up is as low as it can go down. Also, as fast as something goes up is as fast as it can go down too. Like, think about a rocket, right? Like, if you just shoot a rocket up in the air really fast, I mean, what has to happen? It has to fall back down. And all that weight that it had, that going up, is going to make it fall down even harder. So I really think it's important to keep this in mind, because if you don't, like, you'll get lost in, oh, this isn't happening fast enough, I need to blow up quick. And you can make some very short-sighted decisions that are going to look good at the moment because you're going to think you're doing the right thing, but I'm telling you guys, you really need to be willing to stick around for a few years to do this because it's about that long game. If you really want to do this for life and you want to be a part of the scene and you want to like really blow up in a way where you're a legend and you're going to be here no matter what happens, you have to be willing to have a little bit of a slow time or at least like, a moderate time. Like, the way I was thinking about it, like I calculated this. If you make 100K for 20 years straight, right? That's $2 million and it's spread out, but that's $2 million. Right? Now, imagine just making $1 million in 1 year. Okay, that sounds good compared to the 100K, but think about this. You may spend it all. You may have to spend it on promotion. You may have to pay it back to the label that blew you up, right? And then by the time the taxes come, you're not even going to have any of that million left. But if you just made your little 100K, which is not really little, right? But like, that's not $1 million. If you made your little 100K for those 20 years and you stack it up, now you have 2 million, and no one can take that from you. And it's the same thing with followers and blowing up. It's like, it really is better to do a pretty good number for like a longer period of time rather than to blow up really fast. And I think the best is a balance of both, right? Like, that's kind of what I'm aiming at here. Like, for the past few years, I've been trying to build this channel and get it somewhere where, I have these core people that are here, and then we can branch off from that and try to go big and do all this stuff. But I'm very aware of this because I've been telling you guys, I've been studying the game for years. Like, even before I was on YouTube, I just watched interviews and listened to people talk about this stuff and really watched what was happening and what happened, and I've seen it so many times. And it's just about not making short-sighted decisions and really thinking about what you want out of this. Some people do just kind of want to come and go, and then that's cool as well. Like, have fun, play that game. But if you're trying to do this for life and you really want to have a career in this, I would focus less on high numbers and focus more on just building that really solid foundation of bricks, right? Because that is what's going to carry you through the hard times. That's what's going to be there even when you have like a slower time or when, it's not happening the same as the big trendy moment. Nobody can sustain being a trend forever. And then don't think that's being jaded. I think that's just being like honest with how that really works. Is like, I've seen it too many times, guys, and I'm trying to warn you and show you guys what's important to keep in mind for your career so we can all win and we can all win for life. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I really just wanted to talk about this for a few minutes and show you guys my thoughts because I think it's really important. Not enough people talk about it. There's too much out here about, how to blow up in 6 months, how to blow up overnight, how to do all this. And it's like, man, it really takes a few years to blow up overnight. And if you take your time and then have that blow up, you're going to have those core people that are going to be there no matter what. And that's what really matters. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much. Definitely check out my sample packs at the top of the description. I'm telling you, these are some of the best sounds on the market. I put a ton of time into building this website and putting these sounds together so that you guys can go and make the best tracks with them. Also, check out my Ghost Productions, track finishing, and lessons. All that's available at the top of the description. It's another great and extremely affordable way to get your tracks to the next level and really take your career where you're trying to get. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.